Healthy habits for the holidays and beyond. Hi, I'm Jessica Rose, and today I'm joined with registered nurse Michelle Broad, and we're going to share all of our wellness and healthy eating tips to keep you healthy during the holidays. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jessica. Hey, I'm so happy to be here with you today and to share our wonderful knowledge for healthy habits for today and that can serve them now and into the future.
Absolutely. I
So,
find that during the holidays, it's just, it can be hard to stay healthy, especially with all these holiday treats out there and all the festivities. So, we're just going to share some of our top tips for you to stay healthy and feeling great during the next couple of months. So, Michelle, I wanted to start out with some of your expert tips.
okay, so wanted to start off by saying truthfully that as we enter the holiday season, there's two camps to thought here. So, camp number one is either maybe you haven't been focusing on your health so much this year, and our thoughts are, okay, we only have 2 months left and they're the holidays, so I'm just going to keep on indulging and then I'll start in January. Or we have the other camp where people have been working on their health this year and they think, oh, well, I can just go ahead and, skip the next 2 months and just really indulge and come off the wagon and restart again in January. Now, while there's no judgment at all on either wherever you are with those things, but I want to encourage you, no matter where you are, to start now with those healthy habits, whether, don't look to January, say, hey, I've got 2 months to get the jump on things, so let's start now. Or if I've been doing my health, I'm going to continue with it because I don't want to have to restart in January when I've been making all this motion to move forward, because it really is a lot easier to stay in our health journeys than it is to stop and then to restart. Because every time you stop and restart, it gets to be more challenging to get back on that bandwagon. So I just want to encourage you, wherever you are, take these next 2 months to really focus not on, as well as having a great time, but start to focus on really looking at your nutrition and pushing it forward into 2024, because that's where we're kind of looking for. So, the first tip that I really wanted to talk about is to just continue to maintain a healthy balance in your nutrition. Because I know, Jessica, you're big on this too, and so am I. And, a lot of the foods for the holidays tend to be, packed with sugar, they're laden with fat because we want them to taste good. And they mostly are treats. So, it's not that you can't have those things, but I want you to really remember to still eat those leafy greens, your fruits and vegetables, because you want to keep maintaining your nutrients and you want to keep that healthy balance and have the energy so that you can go to all those holiday parties and do all that holiday festivities that you want to do. But if you're constantly laden your body down with carbs, starches and sugars and all that other kind of stuff, you're not going to have the energy to do that. So just, make a priority to kind of get those fruits and vegetables in. And I know, Jessica, you have got a lot of great tips for how to do that. So why don't you tell them how to get some of those things in there easily?
Absolutely. I love your tip just to start, just continue throughout the entire year instead of starting the new year not feeling that healthy. It's like, let's just keep the health train going. It's all about balance. I love that so much. I would say one of my biggest tips is to start the morning with a healthy dose of fruits and vegetables. So no matter what you do throughout the day, maybe you go to a party in the evening, you know that you've had that foundation, that core foundation of nutrition in the morning. So what I like to do is to make a Buddha bowl, and that's just a big healthy serving of vegetables in the morning. You can choose whatever vegetables you like. I personally like to have peas, shiitake mushrooms, steamed zucchini, steamed broccoli, and then I'll do a chicken apple sausage and a couple eggs on top. And you know that you've gotten that really nice healthy dose of vegetables, protein, healthy fats, and then followed it up with your favorite fruit, whatever fruit's in season during the holidays. We've got lots of great stuff like persimmons and pears and pomegranates, but it's really important to just make sure you're getting that nutrition in every day so then it'll balance out that excess sugar that you're eating. And I think that's really important because don't deprive yourself, but really make sure that you're just having balance. And that's just a really big way, a good way to approach wellness during the holidays.
Yeah, I love that. Breakfast is almost one of your most important meals. It gets you started for your day. And the way that you eat breakfast, like what Jessica was saying, good fats, good protein in there and have a complex carb, it will set your meal tone and your balance the entire day. So you tend to reach for junk food less when you have a healthy breakfast that sets your body in the forward motion versus reaching for a cup of coffee. Not to say that you can't have your coffee, but like if you have coffee and donuts, and a lot of times that's what we have now around the holidays. Everybody's all our clients or people are bringing into the offices or dropping off cookies and cakes and all the sweet stuff. And while those are great to have, not necessarily to start your day off, because then that way your body's going to crave those things tend to as the day goes by. So get in that healthy breakfast, whether you do it through a Buddha bowl, whether you do it through a protein shake, have eggs, avocado, some tomato in there, have a fruit bowl. All those things are really good. And then your body knows, oh, wow, this is great. And then it's going to start to want to crave that for the rest of the day. So that's how you maintain your energy throughout your day. All
I
good.
love that. Such a great tip. I love that. What's another wellness tip that you would like to share?
I would just like to share, to have people really do mindful eating. I don't think for myself, I say that a lot to people because I have to incorporate that into my own life. Because, as busy professional women that we are, we tend to eat on the run. I know for me, I eat standing up between clients. Sometimes if I'm eating dinner, I'm watching TV or looking at my cell phone or whatever. And I really want to encourage us, as we move, not just through the holidays, but, from the holidays on, to really watch and be mindful of what we're eating. Pay attention, if we're sitting down with somebody, put your cell phones off and really be focused on that person in the conversation. Sit down and eat, really focus on, what does my food taste like? And just because a lot of times we don't even enjoy what we're eating. I know sometimes I'm just wolfing down my food so fast. And I wonder, oh my God, did I just eat all that? And when we're mindful of it, we tend to have we tend to have a better portion size, and we tend to not overeat. So that's what I like to encourage people to do. Really be mindful and start to listen to your body, your hunger cravings. Am I really hungry, or is it just boredom hunger? Because that way you don't overindulge, and that way you can help with, keeping yourself lean and fit and doing all the things that you need to do. So I think that's another great tip too.
That's really important. I love that one so much. And that's something that people can, just implement into their daily life quite easily. Something that I like to do is to recommend to my clients is just to stay hydrated. Hydration is just so important for our health and our beauty, but also a lot of times we think that we're hungry, but it's actually because we're thirsty. So, just staying hydrated during the holidays. A lot of people like to drink alcohol, especially during the holidays, and you can counteract some of those side effects with just, having a glass of water for every alcoholic drink that you drink, or you can add in hydrating ingredients instead of these sugar laden alcoholic drinks. Why not have a base of coconut water or a base of sparkling water with your alcohol? So you're always having that hydration, and you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. And, start your morning. I love to tell my clients to always start your morning with hydration. Warm water. I like to do warm water with a squeeze of lime or lemon, a little pinch of sea salt. And that's just going to help to just rehydrate your body after 8 hours of sleeping. And then just continue that throughout the day. Always carry water with you wherever you go. And just hydration is the key to life. I definitely say you're going to feel a lot more energized, and you're going to be reaching less for caffeinated and sugary foods if you're just staying hydrated.
Definitely. And also, like for you especially, Jessica taught me that hydration helps with my skin, which is great. I've got my tea here. I do keep my glass of warm water with my lemon by my bed. So first thing in the morning, I drink it. And I tend to just keep my water jug with me everywhere that I go. And it does help. And especially, for me here in Colorado, it's colder, so I tend to drink more, which is good. But not only does it help with our skin, but it helps with your kidneys. It helps flush out all the toxic stuff that's in your body. So it really adds an extra layer. So hydration, I think, like Jessica said, is very, very important. And we should be doing it all year long, especially, in the hotter weather. But hydration definitely is up there on my list as well, too. So the next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about too, and I know that you always do this too, is to just maintain, our physical activity. Because sometimes during the holidays, we tend to slow down, which is great. We're off work, we've got more free time, or sometimes we're just more busy, actually, if that's a word, more busy, but we tend to have more hectic schedules because we're going to holiday parties, work parties, and doing all that stuff, that sometimes exercise really does take a back seat. And we kind of say, oh, well, we'll pick it up again in the new year. But like a body in motion stays in motion, and a body at rest stays in rest. So I encourage you, right now, to just get out there and do different things. And depending on where you live, sometimes you're going to have to change that up, because like here where it snows, you can't exactly do all your summer activities outdoors that you do in the winter. So change up your routine, find new things to do. but keep moving. And even if you can just walk during the day, take little short breaks, get outside. Like yesterday, I took my grandkids, we went to an outdoor park, and it was fabulous. The leaves are changing, the weather is cool, the scenery was beautiful, and it was just like, okay, you just get reinvigorated when you just get outdoors a little bit, or you just put a little bit of that activity inside your day. So I'm not saying, that you have to go to the gym every day during the season, but make it a priority to just get some movement in there each and every day to keep your body in the forward motion.
That's such a great tip. And it's easy to, overlook during the holidays because we're all so busy. But yeah, movement every day and just getting outside, even if it's really cold, just bundle up and get that fresh air. There's nothing like sunlight on your skin, your eyes, and just seeing the beautiful changing colors, especially it's fall right now. It is absolutely gorgeous. And that's really good for your mental health, especially for everyone during the holidays. Just get outside, take a walk with a friend, or listen to a good podcast, and just do something good for yourself. I love that tip so much. I would
Yeah, and
say,
I always love seeing. Oh no, I was just going to say that. I mean, on your Instagram, I always love all your outdoor pictures in your garden. They always just kind of make me feel. They inspire me. So I'm like, oh, I got to get out there and do more. And she's always out there. So follow her on Instagram and look at her stuff, because we get encouraged and we get inspired when we look at what other people are doing. And she's always active. So I just love it. Just want to say that I love your style.
oh, thank you. I love yours too. It's always so women focused and positive, and we need more of that in the world for sure. So, a tip that I would like to share is just practicing balance during the holidays and not, carrying this guilt around. It's so easy to say, oh, I ate X amount of cookies or cake or whatever, but you know, food is meant to be enjoyed. I'm someone who absolutely loves food, and I don't believe in, having fear around food because your body's going to believe what your brain tells it. And if you're saying, oh, these holiday treats are going to be bad for me, they will be bad for you because, you're telling yourself that. So just enjoy food during the holidays. Don't go overboard. Practice balance with the tips that we've shared. But, you know, indulging during the holidays is not bad for you. It's important to spend time with family and friends and just enjoy yourself and to know that it's going to be okay as long as you're doing things like Michelle said, keeping up with your healthy diet throughout the whole year. Those things are just going to balance itself out. As long as this isn't the way that you eat every single day of your life, you're going to be fine. So indulge in that extra slice of pumpkin pie or cheesecake or whatever apple pie that you love. Just enjoy yourself and have fun in the festivities. And just, it's really going to uplift your mood. If you love to bake, then go ahead and bake. Have some friends over and have a baking party and just enjoy yourself. Have that extra piece of turkey. It is okay. Our body is, especially during the holiday season, during the fall and winter, our bodies naturally go inward and they require extra, dense foods. So, you may pack on a few extra pounds. It is okay. Trust me, your body will adjust, and balance is just important in all areas of life.
Definitely. And I was going to say that too. I think that, moderation and indulgence is good during the holidays. Just be, again, it's just about being mindful of, of what you're eating. If there's something that you like, eat that, and something that you don't like, don't eat that. So it's better to fill up and save the treats for the things that you really like. And don't put, like she said, don't put the pressure on yourself. And part of it too is like we have a mutual friend, Melissa, and I have her book, Christmas, and I read it every year because it talks about slowing down. We tend to feel like, as women especially, really guilty, like, oh, we have to do all this shopping, we have to do all this baking, we have to do all these things, and we're running, 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 and then we're exhausted by the time January comes. So, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to send out 1,001, Christmas cards. You don't have to bake for every organization that you belong to or whatever. Take a step back and make sure that you're also giving yourself some self-love, that you're being gracious with yourself, and you're allowing yourself to have some enjoyment in there, as well as giving others enjoyment. Because as women, we give, give, give. But sometimes, we have to slow down a little bit and give to ourselves. And that may mean, maybe it's one less Christmas party that you go to, or, you send a few meaningful cards, but you don't have to send 101 to everybody. Maybe it's just not going, full hog on shopping and, going over the budget. Maybe it's saying, hey, this year we're just going to, we're going to focus in on really quality things, and maybe take a trip instead of having so many presents, like what we're doing in our family. We decided we're not going to give so many gifts this year. We're going to take a trip together and make memories. So it goes a lot farther than just, the hustle and the bustle. So just, be mindful, of your mental health, especially during the holidays, because sometimes for a lot of people, the holidays can be sad and they can bring on a lot of unwanted feelings. So, if there's things going on in your life, reach out to friends, spend time with family, like Jessica said, do fun things and just keep your mental health up and just know not to put so much pressure on yourself and just enjoy. That's kind of like what it is, I think, and I think more and more we have to just kind of do that during daily life as well, too, that we kind of fall off the tracks with that.
I definitely believe that the holidays kind of open your eyes to things a bit because everyone's spending more time with friends and family, and it puts things into perspective. So it's definitely good to just live in the present moment and take full perspective of what it is you're feeling, and go into the new year with a fresh mindset and goals.
Absolutely. You know, I think we just have to, like you said, I think the whole theme here that we've been talking about is just about balance, and every day balance is something different. Okay, because we all have to juggle many different balls, and someday some are going to fall on the floor because we have to handle other things. But it's okay to do that and to just focus in on doing simple, healthy tips every single day. Like Jessica talked about, balanced nutrition. She talked about getting in a good breakfast. We talked about hydration. We talked about mindful eating. We talked about just getting in simple, non exertion physical activity into your day, and just loving yourself. Those are all great things. And, I think both of us embody that and we talk about that to people. And that's what's really, so beautiful about everything that we try to portray to our clients and people out there too. So, it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So another one that I would like to point out is so we're all going to be eating sweets. Let's just face it. The holidays are all about sweets. So a great way to balance your blood sugar, which is so important for just your mood, your health, your hormones, your skin, all of it, is to make sure you're eating protein and healthy fats. So, it'd be great to just show up at a party and go straight for the dessert table, but that's not really going to be great for your energy, your mood, your skin, or anything like that. So, before you have anything sweet to eat, it's always important to balance your blood sugar with protein and healthy fats. So, just eat a normal meal and then just keep the desserts for when you actually have enough food in your system. Don't eat, dessert on an empty stomach because it's not going to help you to feel good. You're going to have a energy crash and mood crash,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not fun for you or anyone else who's going to be there with you.
Definitely, definitely. And I think that sometimes once you have, your protein and you have your healthy fats and stuff, sometimes you feel full. And when you feel full, you don't, even though the dessert's sitting there, you don't necessarily have to have the dessert right then and there. You can kind of save it for later on. And maybe sometimes you don't even need the dessert. I think sometimes our minds just say, because we see it sitting there, we have to indulge in it. But, have I love bringing avocado dips to a lot of parties because it's a healthy fat, and different things like that. So there are a lot of healthy side dishes that you can bring. There's a lot of healthy main dishes that you can eat, but definitely, fill up on your proteins and your fats, like Jessica said, first, and you will feel a lot fuller and you'll find yourself, not reaching for all those sweet stuff as much, and kind of eat breakfast, lunch, and eat dinner. Make those healthy meals, because a lot of times when we as busy women, we skip those meals and you get that hangry, then you kind of just reach for anything that you see. Then that's when you're reaching for the potato chips. That's when you're reaching for all the carbs and stuff, because you just want that instant feel better stuff. But like she said, it only makes you feel better for a short time, because you go up and then you kind of crash down and then you're tired and you want to go take a nap, and like me, sometimes you get hangry and people don't like you. So make sure that you keep your balanced nutrition throughout the day. It's a good thing.
Yeah, balanced nutrition is just so important, and just making sure that you're always just eating meals throughout the day. I don't know how many clients I worked with where they just don't ever eat lunch, or they're just skipping meals. I don't know how people do it. I have to eat every 2 hours, but it's just so important to just make sure that you're always eating healthy, because you'll notice that you'll actually have way more energy. Just think, I like to explain to my clients that your body is like a car and food is the fuel. So skipping breakfast, you're basically starting your day you're driving around with no gasoline. You're going to crash and burn. So having that food in your system is just so important to keep yourself going and to not keep reaching for sugary sweets or caffeine to give you that energy boost. Instead, utilizing food and water, those are the main things that are going to give you energy and just help you to stay balanced and a healthy mood. And it's just so important to eat healthy food regularly, every 2 hours or whatever it is that your body needs. Some people can go up to 4 hours, but just listen to your hunger cues and actually once you start feeling those hunger cues, that's when you need to start preparing a meal. Don't wait until you're starving, because then you will just grab anything in your refrigerator or anything out on the grab and go. As soon as you start to feel like, hey, I think I'm getting a little hungry, start planning your meal in your head. Hey, what am I going to eat? That's just so important.
Yeah, I think it's like you're saying to plan ahead. Sometimes if you can meal prep ahead of time or have healthy snacks ready and available for you in your refrigerator, then you reach for those more than you reach for the stuff that's not healthy for you. I know that's what I do because I have to do because I'm busy, but I also know that for me, maybe it's for you too, or other people out there listening. I have to, focus on, I've got to eat all these, my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner. Cause sometimes I can be at my computer and easily work through my day. And it's like, or dinner time. And I'm like, oh God, I didn't even have lunch, or I didn't even have, maybe I had like a breakfast and I'm starving. So I really just kind of focus, like I keep cues, like I have my water bottle and I have my little sticker in there. So, okay, go have lunch. This is, or I put down the time that I had lunch and this is when I have to have a snack. And it's not a negative thing against us if we have to have cues for ourselves. It's just that's a healthy reminder. So do whatever you need to do, like Jessica said, to keep those things, going throughout your day. And whenever you feel hungry, you've got that cue and you've got things already prepared, because it tends to be, like she said, if you have things ready to go and you start preparing ahead of time, then you're not reaching for all that stuff that you don't really want to reach for and that you're going to regret later because you didn't have anything made ahead of time. And it doesn't have to be anything like really fancy and stuff like that. Like I know, I'm sure that you do too. I chop up my vegetables ahead of time. I put them in little baggies. I have my little healthy protein dip that I have there. I have my little turkey rolls all made,
Mm-hmm.
I have that ready with my little slice of cheese in there. So, I have things ready. They're not grand things, but they're just things that I can just grab and reach as a snack or as a meal. And I know that I'm fueling my body. And I tend to feel much better on those days than on the days when I skip meals. I really do. I do. Like she said, I feel lousy.
I'm like you, Michelle. I am one of those people who gets hangry. It's like, stay away. If I am hungry, it is no fun to be around me. People know me. I'm usually have a great temperament. I'm lovely to be around. But if I get hungry, it's like, oh no. So I am one of those people that just needs to have food on me all the time. People joke I have food in my purse at all times because it's just, keeping your mood elevated. And it's just so important. And I love the part that you said about having healthy meals ready to go. I think that's a great tip. And, it's really important, I think, for people just to figure out a schedule where they can cook food in batches if they can. I love helping my clients to just say, like, hey, pick like a Sunday. That's a really great day. And then if you have, extra food in your refrigerator, make a whole turkey or chicken, make a whole batch of beans,
Mhm.
make a whole batch of rice, make a whole bunch of steamed vegetables or roasted vegetables. That way you have them throughout the week and you can just make them for your breakfast, add a little bit for lunch, dinner, bring it to work, have snacks. And then you're always having that healthy food prepared. I mean, how lovely would it be to just open your refrigerator and you have stuff to make like a burrito bowl or, something like that. It's just so great instead of feeling overwhelmed when you're hungry and then saying, I don't know what I'm going to eat. So just having healthy food and cooking in batches is just a really great way to stay healthy. And it's one of those things that's really helped me over the years of when I got into wellness 15 years ago was cooking in batches. That way I had no excuses. I said, oh my gosh, I have all this healthy food already prepared. Why would I need to run out into the grocery store and grab something when I have this meal prepared already in the refrigerator? So that's just really important for helping your mood during the holidays is just have healthy meals ready to go.
Yeah, me too. I'm there with you because I'm one of these people that when I get off of work at 6 o'clock or something, I don't want to start having to think about what the heck do I have to make. So, we do batching. And if you tend to buy in bulk, it's a lot cheaper too. And then I just go down to my freezer. We put them in freezer bags and we just take them out. And it's like, okay, you don't have to think about it. Or, crock pot, my crock pot is my other favorite tool, start it in the morning on low and it simmers all day. And then you've got dinner by the time when you want it. So you don't have to sit there because I know it is so easy when it is 6 o'clock or you pick up the kids from school or you're getting home from work and your husband's there or whoever. And it's like, okay, well, what are we going to have for dinner? And you're both staring at each other like, oh, okay. And then it's like, okay, we'll just whip out let's go do the grab and go. Okay, what do you want? Fast food, because it's easy. You don't have to sit there and make it and it's already done. So this way, if you have it prepared ahead of time, you just heat it up and it's done in the same amount of time that it would have would have taken you to drive to the drive through to get it. It's a lot cheaper and it's a lot healthier. And I know people, they say, oh God, I don't have the time. It takes forever. No, it doesn't. I mean, like what Jessica said, if you just spend a few hours on a Sunday, it only takes a few hours. And what you can do is find recipes that have some of the same ingredients in them, just different, so that if you have a whole chicken, you can you can make a chicken dish here and you can change it up here, and you can make different ones. And then you just alternate them on different days. So you're not necessarily eating, if you're a person who doesn't like to eat the same thing, me, I don't care. I could eat the same thing every day, but there's a lot of people who don't like leftovers and they don't like eating the same thing. So you just plan out, okay, I'll have this here, and then next week I'll have it, it's frozen, I'll have it here for dinner. And it just is so, you'll find it is so much easier and it takes so much stress. And that's what we're trying to do too, is lower stress in our life. Meal planning takes so much stress off your life if you could just get in the habit of doing it. I can't tell you. So yeah, that's one of my other ones, a big one next to the hydration thing.
I love that. Yeah. It's just have that food ready to go. Is there any other tips that you'd like to share?
I think that, also getting enough sleep, during this season is really important. I know that, we time changed here. It gets darker later. A lot of times, mental health happens a little bit, goes up a little bit more in the winter time because our sun hours are not as we're not as sunlight as often or as long as we were in the summertime. But just I think during the holiday seasons, I think that, besides just diet and exercise, we think of those things for our health. But I think we also have to really look at our mental health, like I mentioned earlier, just really keeping that up and just not getting overwhelmed. Because I think when we get overwhelmed, that's when things go haywire completely. So just, enjoy the holidays, and just slow down a little bit and incorporate me. I like to incorporate healthy things each and every day just to make it a habit. And over 21 days, it's a habit. It's like just a habit to drink my water. I don't have to think about it anymore. It's easier to get in the habit formation than it is to kind of, like I said earlier at the beginning, stopping and starting, stopping and starting. And we don't have to look to January because I don't know, I was sitting here talking to myself this morning as I was doing my devotional, and I was thinking, what is it about January? We make it to be this magical month. Like, oh my God, something special happens in January. It is another month. It is another day, January 1st. And statistics show that we've been studying this for years, that people who make resolutions to start on January 1st, within 30 days, sometimes even 20 days or 3 months, they've already fallen off the bandwagon. So, let's not look to January, as this magical thing to start our healthy habits. Let's look to today and put these tips that we've talked about today in practice and just keep doing small, simple steps each and every day to move your health forward so that we can all age gracefully and live the lives that God has intended us to live, and that we want to live and give back and do all the things that we want to do, because I know I've got a lot to do. So I want to be healthy. So I just do them every day. And I know that you do them every day too, Jessica. And I've taken a lot of Jessica's tips, for skin wise. I follow a lot of her tips. I do the yoga now. I'm doing more things, and I try out different things too. And, I'm trying to use healthier products because we did a podcast and she taught me about, use these different things. So I'm trying to change up little things. It's just about tweaking, and, and I put a little bit here and there. And I know Jessica does the same thing too. So learning, I always love to learn from new people. I'm always learning from Jessica too. So I hope that, the tips that we talked about today, you take them and you use them.
Absolutely. And we've shared such great tips today. And Michelle's podcast, the Well Woman Healthy Lifestyle podcast, is such a wealth of knowledge, especially for women. So I will put all the links down for that below so you can check it out. She does such an amazing podcast. And so her social media and everything, she's always just giving the best tips. And as we close out, I'll share one more. I will say, kind of piggybacking on what you were saying, is as far as the wellness and the mental health, that's so important, especially during the holidays. So I would say the biggest thing I like to say is start your day off with a routine. That has been something that's been life changing for me, is just to have a routine, whatever that is for you. It could be big, it could be small. I would say just find something that you can stick to and hold yourself accountable, whether that's getting outside in the sunshine, having that healthy breakfast, having the warm water, doing a prayer, a meditation, anything that you can do that's just really important to just keep your mood balanced, to keep you in a healthy state of mind, and just to start the day off. I would say starting your day off right with a routine will just help you to feel good throughout the day. Don't leave all these little healthy habits towards the end of the day. Just find small little things that you can implement into your daily routine. I mean, if you're someone who's super busy, just pick one thing and just hold yourself accountable every single morning and just do that, because you're starting the day off by telling your brain and your body, I'm important, I love myself, and that is just going to radiate out into the world, and people are going to feel that you have more love to give to others when you're giving that love to yourself first. So I would say, if you don't have a good healthy morning routine, try doing that, especially now during the holidays, because it's just going to help to keep you healthy and stable, and give that love out to everyone, which I think is so important, is for us to share our love and our kindness. So this has been such a great chat. I am so excited that Michelle has come here to share some of her wonderful tips. And we didn't talk about it, but Michelle is a registered nurse and she's just so knowledgeable. And I am so excited for you to check out her podcast and her social media. She has a Well Woman Healthy Lifestyle network. If you just want to share a little bit about that really quick, what it is that you have, a program, a community of women that you help.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm honored because I love all the stuff that Jessica does. So it's always nice, when you're in that same circle. Our program is called Empowered Her Wellness. And basically what we do is we help busy professional women to put these simple tips back into their life and to put their health as a priority and to make them their number one self-care hero. Cause that's my mission, my ministry is to really help women just to understand their health in a simple way so that you can be your number one self-care advocate and you can, put all these tips that we talked about in an easy way, because a lot of times when we're busy, we put everybody else first. Like Jessica was saying, we have to put ourselves first. And it's not selfish to add in self care. It's not selfish to learn about yourself and your body and how it works, because the more you know about your body, the more that you can go help not only just yourself, but everybody else in your life. And you can have intelligent conversations with your providers.
Mm.
Because right now, we have a very broken medical system. So it's up to us to really take our own health into our own hands and to learn all that we can. That's why, I love looking at all Jessica stuff and I love adding stuff in about her detoxing and about skincare. So, we have to just practice all these little simple things, and they're simple, and you don't have to be overwhelming. Like she said, just put simple things in the morning and find a routine. And that's helped me a lot too. And just, find your groove. That's basically what it is. It's to find your groove, what works for you. And we're both here to help you. Jessica's got a detox program as well. I love her Instagram feed too. So I thank you for, for mentioning mine, but I want to mention yours too, because you have a lot of great stuff. And I think that, as women, we work together, we can really do much greater things in this world. So I'm blessed to be here, and thank you for having me too.
I'm very blessed to have you here, and thank you so much. And everyone, I will leave Michelle's contact information below so you can check out her program and her podcast and her social media. And if you found this video helpful, share it to someone else who can enjoy it during the holidays, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Thank you so much, and have a blessed rest of your day too.
You too.